So lads, Li Yueru has already requested a trade from the Sparks. It's not Sparks, the Storm. She's already requested a trade from the Storm after she demanded out from, or said she was never going to stay with the Sparks last year. She basically as good as said that she was done. And she has already requested a trade from the Sparks. And it's mad. She's played 7 games. And by the way, she sucked. She's absolutely sucked. Like, I don't understand what the obsession with Li Yueru is. I do not understand what the obsession with Li Yueru is. Li Yueru last season was the 3rd string center for the 3rd best team in the for the worst team in the WNBA. She was the 3rd string center.
The spotlight has been on Li Yueru for years, but as her star rose in the world of professional basketball, so did the controversy surrounding her. From dramatic on-court moments to shocking off-court revelations, her journey has been filled with twists that have kept fans and critics alike guessing.
This year, she's averaging 2.9 points per game. I understand she's averaging 2.9 points in 9 minutes, which means if you bring her up to 36 minutes, she might average 10 points a game. She might average 10 points and 5 rebounds if you played her 36 minutes, which would be terrible for a center. Not only that, her team's 3-5. Like, I understand the Storm have had a very tough schedule. So, like, of all teams, the Seattle Storm have probably had... Oh, sorry, they're 4-4. Jeez, what am I talking about? They won last night. They almost went 3-5. They were this close to going 3-5. They were, like, let the Wings have a big lead. So they are currently the 6th seed. They're one game better than the Fever. And where does she want to go? Does she want to start or something? Because let's look at Li Yueru's career stats.
In today's episode, we'll explore how the rise of one of China's brightest basketball stars became marred by drama, heated rivalries, and a series of events that no one saw coming. Li Yueru first captured attention with her incredible height, strength, and raw talent. Coming from China, she quickly became one of the standout players in the Chinese Women's Basketball Association, CWBA.
So last season, she averaged 5 points per game. The season before, she averaged 1.8, or 2 seasons before, she averaged 1.8 points per game. Age, Li Yueru she's 26. So she's not old, but she's not young either. And I get it, when she plays for the Chinese national team, she looks great. So did Yijian Lian. Li Yueru wasn't very good in Turkey. For Galatasaray, she wasn't great. Malonga was cooking her. Malonga was absolutely cooking her when they faced off against each other in Euro Cup. And the big thing is that Malonga's just better than her. Like, Dominique Malonga, if you're just looking at her play, just her length.
Her powerful performances for the Shandong Flaming Bulls put her on the map as one of the most dominant centers in the game. Yet, the praise didn't come without a cost. As her profile grew, so did the eyes of the media, and soon Yueru found herself at the center of numerous controversies that left fans, the public, and even her teammates questioning her future.
Her length, look, she doesn't do anything too crazy. It's just everything about Dominique Malonga is just her ability to slip, her ability to hit these shots, her touch, her length. Like, she's not ready, by the way. Like Dominique Malonga again. This is her hitting a jump shot here against the Aces. Like, she's able to attack from the perimeter as well. Like, she has most potential of any player in this league. There's no question about it. Like, she's like, you know, in the NBA when there's like this, even a Wemby, the way it took maybe Wemby, he had a few bad summer league games, and he had a couple of like he had a few bad summer league games. People were saying he was struggling because he was struggling with the pace. That's Malonga right now at the WNBA.
The first sign of trouble came when Li Yueru was involved in a highly publicized feud with a fellow player, Wang Xiu. The two had been teammates for several years, but a confrontation on the court in 2021 would ignite a heated rivalry that played out both on and off the court. Sources close to the team reported that things had been brewing for a while, but the incident during a key match left everyone in shock. Yueru was caught on camera yelling at Wang
She's getting there, and with Li Yueru, I would assume Li Yueru was told, look, Malonga's getting your minutes, Dominique's getting your minutes, because that's right. You rightfully do that. You take the 19-year-old who has GOAT potential over the like Dominique Malonga's pulling off this in games. Like, I'm sorry, at 6'6", she is like Wemby-esque. She's like a 6'6" player that needs to play stretch 4. And the problem is, again, Noelle Quinn is playing Dominique Malonga as a, 5. She's playing as a 5.
With many speculating about the real reason behind their falling out. Was it a personal disagreement or a professional rivalry gone too far? Fans, analysts, and teammates were left questioning the underlying issues. But Li Yueru, true to form, stayed silent, letting the controversy simmer and grow. This would be just the beginning of a series of events that would place Li Yueru under intense scrutiny.
But she's there getting blocked, she's guarding Seagrass, and look at her sprint, look at how fast she's moving down the floor. I know she doesn't really get anything from it, but if you're looking at how fast she's figuring out the speed of the game, straight to Alicia Clark for 3 to tie it. She's figuring out the speed. She's figuring out the speed, and eventually somebody is going to hit her on that break and she's going to dunk. Eventually she is. But Li Yueru is there's just no need. There's absolutely no need for Li Yueru to be on the team. But what team does Li Yueru play for? And I've seen some of the dumbest things. People are like, oh, the Lynx are trading for Li Yueru. Why? So she can be third choice center for them? They're like, oh, Li Yueru will be unbelievable, the Lynx. What is the obsession with Li Yueru? I don't get it. She was bad with Sparks last year. She's been terrible this year. If you watch games, full games, there is no way you can say she wasn't that good in Turkey. There's no way that you can argue that Li Yueru has been good at basketball for last year.
Not long after the feud with Wang, she became embroiled in yet another controversy involving her coach, Zhou Xuelin. During a critical game in 2022, Li was seen visibly upset on the bench after being pulled out during the final minutes of a tied game. In a now infamous interview, Zhou Xuelin commented on her lack of focus, which many saw as a public critique of Yueru's work ethic. This moment would set off a wave of speculation about her future with the team.
I understand she was great with China, but it's very different being a good player for a bad national team than being on a good national team and being a good player. It's very, very different. And people are like, oh, she should go to the Lynx. The Lynx will trade for her. First of all, some reason teams value Li Yueru, so it'll probably cost them a freaking first-round pick. And why would they ever trade for Li Yueru? And a lot of people are like, oh, they should trade Li Yueru and a pick. And I think I think it was their own pick. They have their own pick and they have the Sparks pick for next year. And it was they wanted to trade Li Yueru and their own pick for Janelle Salone. I'm like, man, Janelle Salone is top 15 potential. If any GM makes that trade, fire them on the spot. Fire them on the spot if you make that trade.
With some suggesting that her relationship with her coach had deteriorated beyond repair. Li, always a fighter, seemed determined to prove her worth, but questions about her commitment to the team lingered in the air. While Li Yueru's controversies were still fresh, the media storm only grew as rumors about her off-court behavior began to surface. In a shocking twist, a leak from an unnamed source claimed that Li had been involved in a series of late-night parties and social events that contradicted the disciplined image she had previously portrayed.
It's a mad one. It is a genuine mad one when it comes to Li Yueru. I genuinely don't understand what's going on. And obviously, look, it seems like she's requested a trade purely because of minutes. It seems like she's not happy with the minutes she's playing. And to be fair, most players aren't. But I'm sorry, what team in the WNBA will play Li Yueru major minutes? And that is a legitimate question. What team in the WNBA would play Li Yueru the minutes she wants to play? The Valkyries, no. The Valkyries play 2 up-tempo to play Li Yueru.
The allegations sent shockwaves through her fan base, with some defending her as a young woman simply enjoying her success, while others condemned her behavior as unprofessional. This incident, though never fully confirmed, cast a long shadow over her career and left fans divided.
The Valkyries, no. If you look at the standings, the Connecticut Sun, no, because Tina Charles is there and she plays nearly every minute. The Liberty, no. Hanju is as good as Li Yueru and they don't even bring her over. The Dream, probably not. The Aces, maybe. But what do the Aces have to give up for? What do the Aces have to give up for Li Yueru? They have a suspended contract with Parker Tyus, who they're going to have to get rid of somebody else when she's back. She's coming back at times during the season. So, find a way to get off Kia Stokes' contract, but they'll never get rid of Kia Stokes. At this stage, they will never get...
Despite all the off-court drama, Li Yueru's performance on the court remained remarkable. However, her involvement in yet another controversial game against Liu Jia in 2023 brought her under fire once more. In a tense moment during the game, Li was seen exchanging words with Liu, leading many to speculate that her temper was once again affecting her game. Some called for a deeper look into her emotional control.
Get rid of her, because I think Asia likes Kia Stokes. And Kia Stokes, she's had a couple of good defensive years. She is a good defender. But there's no team. The Mystics, she gets 0 minutes for the Mystics. She gets 0 minutes for the Sky. She gets... Ironically, the only place that I think she could go back to and get minutes was the team she demanded to leave, which was the Sparks. And she would play backup center. I think she would play backup center for the Sparks. Because the Sparks are playing Mercedes Russell minutes in the year of 2025. But that's the only team. So yeah, seeing it here. See Li Yueru request a trade from the Storm. And I'm looking through this. Everyone's like, oh, she's going to be such a big get for these teams. What's going on with Seattle? In Seattle, that player requested trade at the beginning of the season. Dallas Wing. Why would the Dallas Wings trade? Who would the Dallas Wings trade for? Nalissa Smith's actually doing an alright job at center.
Questioning if her competitive spirit was beginning to cross the line into aggression that could harm her team's future. As Li Yueru's career continued to unfold, many began to ask if she would rise above the drama or let it define her. Her strength and raw talent on the court are undeniable, yet the constant barrage of controversies and rivalries seem to distract from her greatness. Would she be able to reclaim the narrative and prove that she is more than just the sum of her scandals? But things took a more unexpected turn when she announced her participation in a major international tournament in 2024. This was her chance to silence her critics and make a lasting impact on the global stage.
She's gotten so much stronger. She's doing an alright job at center. And Guys O'Solder is better than her. Guys O'Solder is way better than her. If the Fever and Wings don't go after her, GM needs to hire. I don't care that she's 6'7". I don't care if she's 6'7". Dantas is better than her. Unless you can make a straight Bree Turner swap. I'm not making that trade. Kurt Miller for the... People are demanding she goes to the Wings. Would she play for the Wings? Bree Turner and Sid for her right now. She can back up AB. What is people's obsession with Li Yueru? I would rather have Badian. Badian was significantly better overseas than Li Yueru was this year. Badian was way better. I would rather have her because she's mobile. I don't want a slow 6'7" big. Everybody wants, the Fever need a run, and then the same people are asking for Li Yueru or Sedona freaking Prince just because they're big. But anyway, yeah. That is the video. I'll see you guys.
It could be the redemption arc her fans have been hoping for, or it could be a moment that further complicates her already tumultuous career. All eyes are now on Li Yueru as she prepares to face the pressure of both the court and the media in a high-stakes event. From early signs of greatness to the headlines filled with drama, Li Yueru's journey is anything but ordinary. As the world watches, we can only wonder, will she emerge as one of the most legendary players in basketball history, or will the weight of the scandals that followed her prove to be too much? Stay tuned as we continue to follow Li Yueru's career, both on and off the court. With every game Every move and every statement, this basketball star proves that the road to greatness is rarely a straight line. Closing. Thanks for watching. If you're a fan of Li Yueru or want to stay updated on the latest basketball drama, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below. What's next for Li Yueru? Can she overcome her controversies and lead her team to victory, or is the pressure too much? Let us know. This script provides a compelling narrative around Li Yueru, combining her professional achievements with the controversies and rivalries that have surrounded her career. It keeps the viewer hooked by highlighting her on-court successes, the dramatic personal feuds, and emotional moments that have shaped her public image.